with your news in details. I am Norman Gobin. Here are your stories. Locally, a team from Ghana, including the country's Deputy Minister of Energy, will be arriving in Guyana tonight as part of a deepening relations between the two countries, where Guyana is benefiting from Ghana's expertise to create a sound oil and gas architecture. This was announced by Vice President Barjagdio during a press conference this afternoon. He said the team will also include officials from the country's Petroleum Commission. Importantly, too, in the coming days, more Ghanaian officials are expected, specifically from the Ghana National Gas Company. These visits follow the Vice President's recent visit to the West African nation. These Ghanaian officials are expected to help support the creation of Guyana's local content policy and the revision of the Sovereign Wealth Fund that deals with the management of oil revenues. The Minister of Health, Dr. Frank Anthony, has announced that all individuals aged 12 years and older can now receive the U.S.-made Pfizer COVID-19 vaccines from Monday. During his daily COVID-19 update, Dr. Anthony reminded members of the public that these Pfizer vaccines were being used to immunize children between the ages of 12 and 18, in addition to pregnant and breastfeeding women. But starting on Monday, the use of these vaccines has now been expanded to any individual 12 years or older. As such, he hopes that more unvaccinated people would come forward to receive their COVID-19 vaccines. 23-year-old Darrell Lafaroug, who was already answering to 15 charges that he stole from a security service he worked with, was Monday slapped with 14 additional charges. When he appeared in court before City Magistrate Sherdell Isaacs Marcus, the police claimed that Lafaroug stole $514,486 from Safeway Securities premises on Regent Street, Georgetown, sometime between July and August 2021. The magistrate released him on bail of $210,000 and adjourned the case to December 6, 2021. He was previously put on bail of $450,000 after police claimed he swindled over $580,000 from the same security service on 15 separate occasions between August and September 2021. He was arrested in relation to an ongoing larceny investigation at this security company, and more charges are expected to be laid soon. And in the region, PM Holness launched Victoria Palm Housing Development. Out of Kingston, Jamaica, Prime Minister Andrew Holness on Friday, October 29, launched the Victoria Palm Housing Development, which will provide sustainable climate-resilient housing solutions for residents of Western Kingston. It will benefit persons experiencing economic challenges which would preclude them from formal home ownership. The project, to be undertaken in 3 components, will involve the construction of single, 2-bedroom and 3-bedroom units, upgrading construction of infrastructure for multi-family housing arrangements on land parcels, and temporary relocation of the approximately 200 beneficiaries for the duration of the development period. And internationally, work for safer, stabler planet, Queen tells world leaders. The Queen has urged world leaders to create a safer, stabler future for the planet. In a video message, she urged the COP26 delegates to rise above the politics of the moment and see the time for words has now moved to the time for action. She said history has shown that when nations come together in a common cause, there is always room for hope. The 95-year-old monarch had been scheduled to attend the conference in Glasgow, but she pre-recorded her address last week at Windsor Castle after being advised to rest by her doctors following medical checks. The Queen said, "It is a source of great pride to me that the leading role my husband played in encouraging people to protect our fragile planet lives on through the work of our eldest son Charles and his eldest son William. I could not be more proud of them both." And in sports, England all but secured their place in the semi-finals of the T20 World Cup as Jos Buttler's sensational century set up a tense 26-run win over Sri Lanka. Chasing 164 after Butler's 101 not out, Sri Lanka required just 34 from 20 balls to end England's unbeaten start to the tournament. But with England batting the dew and the loss of Timil Mills to injury, Jason Roy and Sam Billings combined for a fine relay catch on the boundary to dismiss Wanindu Hasaranga for 34. Sri Lanka captain Dasun Shanaka, who put on 53 with Hasaranga, was brilliantly run out by a Butler direct hit in the following over. The final 3 wickets fell for 3 runs in 7 balls as Sri Lanka were bowled out 137 in Sharjah. It sealed England's 4th victory from 4 games, one more comfortable than looked likely at times in both innings. Butler rescued an inning, floundering at 35 for 3, reaching his beaten 2020 international 100 with a 6 off the final ball as England posted 163 for 4. They remain top of Group 1, and while Australia and South Africa could still join them on 8 points, it would take an improbable swing of net run rate for both sides to overtake them. England meets South Africa in their final group game in Sharjah on Saturday, while Sri Lanka must rely on results going in the favor to have any chance of staying in the competition. And that's the news at this time. Special credits to Guyana Chronicle, Newsroom, iNews, Caribbean News Service, Caribbean News 360, BBC, and CNN. You can visit www.realfmgy.com for these stories and more.